My husband gave his mother a key to my house, so I decided to visit them with police and $10 million lawsuit. Mom just wanted to look, but the security camera caught everything. The first thing I noticed when I opened my front door wasn't the overturned furniture or the scattered papers. It was the silence, that heavy, unnatural quiet that wraps around you like a burial shroud, whispering that something is terribly wrong. I'm Audrey, and I just spent 3 days at a corporate retreat learning how to trust my colleagues through ridiculous team-building exercises. Now I'm standing in my ransacked living room, realizing I should have been more concerned about trusting my own family. My fingers trembled as I dialed Ryan's number. 1 ring, 2 rings, the familiar click of voicemail. Of course, my dear husband was probably at his mother's house, pretending not to know why his wife was calling. Ryan, someone broke into the house, the safe is open, call me back immediately. I walked through the debris of my violated home, cataloging the damage. Photo frames face down. Drawers pulled out and emptied. Couch cushions slashed open, but they hadn't been looking for money or jewelry. No, this was personal. They went straight for what mattered most. My grandmother's letters, the only pieces I had left of her. My phone buzzed. Not Ryan. Evan from work. How was the drive back, he asked. Someone broke into my house. My voice cracked. The safe, they knew the combination, Evan. Jesus, are you okay? Do you need me to come over? No. I know exactly who did this. I kicked aside a torn magazine. Helen's fingerprints are all over this mess. She's been trying to get those letters for months. Your mother-in-law, why would she? Because she can't stand that Ryan married someone who won't bow to her every whim. I reached the kitchen where even the cabinets had been emptied. She thinks those letters prove my grandmother's family wronged hers decades ago. Some ancient real estate dispute she won't let die. Call the police, Evan said. And tell them what? That my mother-in-law used a key my husband probably gave her to steal family documents. That my sister-in-law probably helped because she's bitter about her divorce and wants to hurt someone else's marriage. I laughed, but it came out hollow. They're too smart for that. They'll say Ryan gave them permission. It'll be my word against the entire Miller family. The basement door stood open. I hadn't checked down there yet. I have to go, Evan. I need to see what else they took. Audrey, wait. I hung up and descended the stairs, each step creaking under my feet. The basement light flickered on, revealing more chaos, but something caught my eye. A small piece of paper trapped under a fallen box. I pulled it free. It was a receipt from the hardware store 3 days ago for a duplicate key. My phone buzzed again. Ryan, where are you? I asked before he could speak. At Mom's. Listen, Audrey, I can explain. Did you give her a key? Silence. Then she said she just wanted to look for some old family photos while you were away. I didn't think you never do think when it comes to her, do you? I crushed the receipt in my fist. Those letters were all I had left of my grandmother, Ryan. The only things that were truly mine. We can talk about this when I get home. No. The word came out sharp enough to cut. We'll talk about this in front of everyone. I'm coming over there right now. And Ryan, tell your mother to prepare for war. I ended the call and stood in my destroyed basement, surrounded by the wreckage of trust. They thought they could break me, make me submit to their control like everyone else in their lives. But they had no idea what they just started. Sometimes the most dangerous opponent isn't the one who strikes first. It's the one who knows how to strike back harder. Helen's pristine living room made my skin crawl. Everything perfectly arranged, not a cushion out of place while my house lay in ruins across town. The family photos on her walls told their own story. Ryan and Chloe's childhood moments, carefully curated to show Helen's version of reality. Not a single picture of my wedding day among them. I have no idea what you're talking about. Helen's voice dripped honey-sweet poison as she poured tea into delicate cups. Ryan gave me permission to look for old family albums while you were away. Nothing more. Chloe sat beside her mother, arms crossed, wedding ring conspicuously absent. You're being hysterical, Audrey, as usual. I placed the hardware store receipt on the coffee table. Funny how you needed a new key made 3 days ago. Planning ahead? Ryan shifted in his seat, eyes darting between his mother and me. Maybe we should all calm down. Oh, we're very calm, I said, watching Helen's perfectly manicured fingers tighten around her teacup. Just like we were calm last Christmas when you went through my phone while I was sleeping, or last month when you showed up unannounced at my office to check on me. I worry about my son, Helen said. Someone needs to look out for his interests. His interests? My laugh felt like broken glass in my throat. Or yours. Mother was right about you from the start. Chloe leaned forward, eyes gleaming. You never understood our family, always keeping secrets, hiding things in that safe of yours. Those letters belong to my grandmother, letters that prove your family cheated ours 60 years ago. Helen's mask cracked. That property should have been ours. Your grandmother knew exactly what she was doing when she mother. Ryan's warning came too late. I stood slowly, pieces clicking into place. So you admit you took them? Helen's face smoothed over instantly. I admitted nothing and you have no proof. You're right. I pulled out my phone, thumb hovering over the record button. But I will. Ryan, are you coming home or staying here? He looked at his mother, then at me. Always torn, always choosing the path of least resistance. I think maybe we all need space to cool off. Wrong answer. I headed for the door, pausing to look back at Helen. You know what's funny? Those letters you stole, they're not even the originals, just copies I kept as decoys. Grandmother taught me well. Always keep what matters most where manipulative people can't reach it. Helen's teacup clattered against its saucer. You're lying, am I? Guess you'll have to wonder about that. Along with what else I might have hidden away, I met Ryan's eyes. Don't bother coming home tonight or maybe ever. Audrey, wait. He started to rise, but Chloe grabbed his arm. "Let her go," she said. "She's just trying to manipulate you, like always." I closed the door on Helen's perfectly ordered world and walked to my car. My hand shook as I gripped the steering wheel, but not from fear. The originals were safe. Just as I'd said, locked away in a safety deposit box since the day I married Ryan, and saw the hunger in Helen's eyes when grandmother's letters were mentioned at the wedding. My phone buzzed. "Evan again." "How bad was it?" he asked. "They took the bait," Helen practically confessed. "I started the engine, but I need your help with something else." "Remember that security system you installed at your lake house? The one with the hidden cameras?" "Yeah." "Why?" "Because I'm done playing defense. They want to go through my things. Let's make sure we catch them in the act next time." I pulled away from Helen's house, watching it shrink in my rearview mirror. "And, Evan, thank you for being the one person in my life who actually listens, always. But Audrey, just be careful. People like that, they're most dangerous when they're cornered." I ended the call, mind already racing with plans. Helen thought she knew everything about me, had me all figured out, but she'd forgotten one crucial detail. I'd spent 3 years watching her manipulate everyone around her. I'd learned from the best, and now it was time to put those lessons to use. The coffee shop across from Helen's favorite salon wasn't my usual spot, but it gave me a perfect view. I'd been watching for 2 hours when Evan slid into the seat across from me, pushing a fresh cup toward my hands. "The cameras are set up," he said. "Motion sensors, night vision, everything feeding directly to your phone. But are you sure about this?" I nodded toward the salon's window where Helen and Chloe sat getting their weekly manicures. "Listen." I pressed play on my phone. Their voices crystal clear through the bug I'd planted in Helen's purse during our confrontation. "We need those original letters," Helen was saying. "That safety deposit box has to be at her bank downtown. Ryan says she's been going through their financial records," Chloe replied. "Probably planning to divorce him and take everything over my dead body. I didn't spend 30 years building this family's reputation to have her destroy it. We're going back to the house tomorrow while she's at work. There has to be something we can use against her." I stopped the recording. "Still think I'm paranoid?" Evan's face hardened. "We should take this to the police and tell them what? That my mother-in-law is planning to rob me. They'll say it's a family matter." I wrapped my hands around the warm cup. "Besides, I want more than just stopping them. I want them to face consequences for once in their privileged lives." My phone buzzed. "Ryan calling again. Third time today." I declined it. "He's been sleeping at their house," I said. "Probably plotting with them, trying to figure out where the originals are. Or maybe he's worried about you. Then he should have worried before giving them a key to our house." The coffee turned bitter in my mouth before choosing them over me. Again, a text from Ryan. "Please come home. We need to talk." "Home," I muttered, like that means anything anymore. Evan leaned forward. "Audrey, I know you're hurt," but the salon door chimed. Helen and Chloe emerged, fresh manicures gleaming. They headed toward Helen's Mercedes, but Helen paused, looking directly at the coffee shop window. I didn't move, couldn't breathe. Her lips curved into that knowing smile I'd grown to hate. She knew I was watching. "Time to go," I said, standing abruptly. "They'll be at my house tomorrow at 10 according to their usual schedule."